Hi Samantha, just Michael Francis here with Southland Kia. Just wanted to show you the 2020 Kia Sorento LX Plus V6. So obviously with the whole COVID situation going on and, you know, primarily being a frontline worker, I want to try and keep this as contactless and just as far away as possible. So in this video here, I'll just go over a few things in the vehicle, touching on some of the changes that maybe from your vehicle to this one now. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, give me a call, text, email, anything. I am fully available. And then even when I drop off the vehicle on Monday, if there is any questions you have or any concerns when we're face to face, please do let me know. So as we get up to the vehicle, so on the key fob here, you got your lock, unlock, and trunk. So by holding this guy, it's gonna unlock the trunk for you. Obviously we have the 7 seats, but they are nice and easy. Push down with just a pull and a push. Away they go. And same again, pull and a push, just to give them that nice tuck in. Underneath here is where you'll have all your jacks and vanity license plates, and the spare tire is underneath the vehicle, tucked up right there. As you can see in the back, for any of the third row seat people, they can control their AC as well, turn it up, turn it down, on and off. They don't get to personally control the heat, but they can at least turn it off if needed. And then on each side is where you can pull this to drop down the front seats as well. So if you're packing something in, you need a little extra space, you can give that a little pull and drop it down. So going back into the remote as well, so it's one press unlock. So you push unlock once and the front door is going to open, but nothing else will. And if you hit it twice, then everything else will open as well. So that's on the key fob and also on the door. You push this button once and the front door is going to open. Push it twice and the back door will open. So we have the back seats here. I'll put this back to. You got all this space, as well as they have their USB chargers and their 12-volt in the back as well. And then they can choose to turn on or off the vents back there. So hopping in to the front seats here. So push button start, foot on the brake. Give a little start up on the system here. So on the left hand side, this button here is going to be for the illumination of the LCD cluster up here. This one is going to be for your blind spot detection. So that's as you're going down the highway. If a vehicle is crossing on either your left or your right hand side, it will pop up with that orange light, letting you know that someone is in your blind spot and not to go. This is your traction control. It will pop up in this cluster as well, saying disabled or on or off. The interior fuel release, and then just along the side is where you have your automatic driver side windows and how you can adjust your mirrors as well. So much is the same as the one you have right now. Along the side here is where you can control your different lights. Usually auto is the best place to keep it in. It's going to constantly fluctuate between the lighting that you need. One pull in is going to flash your high beams, and pushing out is going to turn on your high beams. And also indicate, and the one touch indicate as well. So what that is you don't pull it all the way down, just give it a little flip. It's going to indicate 3 times and then it's going to turn off. Perfect for lane changes. And on the right hand side is where you have all your windshield wiper controls. So clearly one up is mist, as it says, and then down will be your intermittent, and then you can set the intermittency as well, or you can choose for it to be just low, or at its highest will just keep going. And then just on this side here, this twist is going to be for the rear windshield wipers. With a pull towards you, it's going to clean this one, and a push away from you, it's going to clean that one. And on the steering wheel itself, this is where primarily a lot of the controls to make it nice, hands-free, easy driving is going to be. The mode button is going to flip between your different presets of music that you have. This button is so you can talk to your vehicle once the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is set up. This is for when your Bluetooth is set up. Hang up the call, pick up the call.
Bluetooth on from your device.
And this is going to be for your volume. You're going to turn it up, turn it down, and a click in is going to mute it. This will flip through different music stations. And on the right hand side, this one here is going to flip through your different options for the LCD cluster right there. And then using the up and down arrow and the OK here is how you can navigate through. So this is going to show your general fuel economy. This one is going to say your accumulated information. This one is going to be your full driver information. And then it's going to just give you your basic speed. In the next one, it will show you your all-wheel drive, so what you're currently using and where the pressure of the tires is going to. So say if I put into drive right now, you can see that it gives it about a 70-30 split between front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. And if you put it in the all-wheel drive lock, then it will be a 50-50. And they'll constantly change depending on driving conditions. If it feels like it needs to put more in the rear, then it will flip when needed. And then this last one is just for some user settings. So for the driver assistance, you can choose forward collision if it's late, normal, early, blind spot to collision, whether you want to be normal or late, rear cross traffic alert, whether you want that to be on or off, and the blind spot collision, whether you want to be on or off. Obviously, best to keep them all on because the more safety features we have equipped, the better for the vehicle. The door, this is where you can change that two-press unlock. So by pressing unlock once, it will unlock all the doors if you have this unchecked. For the lights, this is the turn light signal that we were talking about. So you can either have it set to 3, 5, or 7 flashes, or turned off altogether where it will just not do anything. In the convenience is where you can choose to turn on or off the wireless charging station. And the service interval, I'm going to change that right now for you. We usually like to go 6,000 kilometers or 6 months. Whichever one comes first is the recommended. Come in for an oil change, make sure everything is okay with the vehicle. And then in other is where you can change the temperature unit as well. So if you go across to the States, you can give a quick flip of the temperature so you're all up to date. As we make our way over to the center console here, so with the buttons along the side, radio is going to take you right to your radio screen. Media will take you to, if you have Bluetooth, USB, anything like that set up, this will switch right to it. Seek up and seek down, obviously is going to swip between different stations. Home will always take you right back to this main screen. Phone, once you have your phone hooked up, will connect right to your phone. You can have make phone calls, see all your favorite contacts, call history, anything like that in there. This star here is a favorite page, so when you click that, you can pick which one you want to be your favorite. So anytime, so we'll call it display on or off. So now anytime you hit this button, this is just going to turn right off. Everything's still going to work. So if we have the music going, it's still going to be playing music. It's just going to be in a dim screen. You can still turn it up and down as well. and setup is going to take you right to the main setup page. So as we go back home, we'll head into music first. So again, just like the button, you can click it to go into music, or you can click the music to load into the music as well. So along the left hand side, you have some presets that are in. So say if you're a big My 96 fan, you click and hold number 1, and now anytime you click number 1, it's going to take you to My 96. Say you're Rock 105, what is it, 105 free, click and hold number 2, and now that's going to be Rock 105 free. And then when you use this one here, that's going to change between the favorites that you have set. So if you have all your favorite radio stations set, you should never have to go into music. You can just do it all right from the controls on the steering wheel. This one here will be for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So you plug your phone in to the USB cord and then link it to your phone, and this whole screen will turn into your phone screen. So it'll have navigation, messages, phone calls, podcasts, and audiobooks, I believe. Will have everything on that, and you can do everything. It's pretty fantastic. And then once it's all hooked up, this is when you can use this button and you can say call home, call mom, and it will just do it all from the touch of a button. So this one is going to take you to your menu page. So phone as well will hook up your phone and get you set up with Bluetooth. Setup is going to take you to that setup button as well. My menu is just, you can add things into this menu, radio presets, shortcuts, anything like that, and just make it a nice quick go-to. Apps, currently the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto are the main ones that will be hooked up to that. And then with setup, so go into sound, and then this is where you can position the music if you need it. So you can move it up to the corner so it will come just out of the driver's speaker. Here will come out the passenger, so if you've got someone in the back sleeping, you can just hit it up here, turn down the volume, you still get music, but they got nothing back there, and sleep in peace. In the advanced, the speed dependent volume control. So what that is as you pick up speed and go onto the highway, it's going to create more highway noise. It's going to make more of a rattle. This will increase the volume of the music as you're going through the highway. So as you get faster, the music will go up. As you slow down, the music will turn down. Tone, obviously, is where you can change your bass, mid-range, and treble, get more of a kick in the music. And then the priority, so that's just the proximity warning. So when you go into reverse, it's going to lower the volume down. And then this is your startup volume limit. So when you get into a vehicle, say in the morning, you haven't had any coffee, still a little tired. Nighttime you is always different to daytime you. You know, nighttime you pull up, you got the music cranked, you're having a good time, and then you get in the car in the morning and it's still cranked. It hurts. This is going to bring it right down to the factory set minimum, and then you'll be good to go in the morning. So in media is when you have your phone hooked up, you can change anything in there. Display is just going to be, so right now it's set to automatic. So this display screen is going to dim and brighten whether it's day or night. And then you can also choose if you want to illuminate it as well. But with the auto, it's going to do a nice fluctuation between it all. Date and time, I believe we should, the time is set, it's all good. We'll hit into daylight. What? It's not full. It is free. So yeah, that is set. That is good. Kind of scared me for a little. I thought it was almost 4:30. And then over is where we can go into the advanced, and this is where you can change that custom button as well, the one that's going to turn off and on the screen, and you can set which one as well. And then on the mode button on the steering wheel here, you can choose what you want that to flip between. So we'll take off FM, keep AM, take off AM, keep on AM, USB music, iPod, we'll keep that So there we go. So then when you hit this button, it's going to flip between FM, phone projection if you've got it hooked up to the Apple CarPlay Android Auto, and Bluetooth as well. So then as you head down to the lower area here, so it has its dual climate control. Right now it is in sync. To turn it out of sync, all you got to do is turn the passenger one, and then it will do its own thing. But as soon as you click in the sync, it's going to link it all back up to the driver side. AC on, and then just turn the whole thing off. And then down here is where you have your heated seats and heated steering wheel. So the seats come in the 3-button press. So 1 is going to be maximum heat, 2 is medium, and 3 is minimum heat, and then 4 is turned off altogether. And in this slot here is where the wireless phone charger is. So you'll notice there's a little light right there. So that light's going to be your indicator. When the phone goes on, it's going to turn orange, saying the phone is charging, green if it's finished charging, and red if there's an issue and it's not properly charging. You also have your two 12-volt batteries, the auxiliary port for the music, and then the USB. So this one will be the one to plug in to connect to your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Right up by the shift here, so we got the reverse with the reverse camera, and then down to the drive mode. When you shift to the left, it will enter the mode sport mode, and it's kind of just where you can choose to downshift or upshift the vehicle. It stands no point other than it's just fun. if you're going down the road and you want to go for a quick overtake, then you can just downshift a few gears, overtake, and then flip it back into drive, and away you go. Aside from that, it's just a little bit of fun. This is the all-wheel drive lock. It will pop up right in that center cluster there. Just letting you know that it is in a lock. It's going to put the vehicle into a 50-50 all-wheel drive mode. Make it easy to get over, say, ice or snow or anything that might be in your way. But it will turn itself off after you reach a set limit as well, because it doesn't always want to drive in that 50-50. It's safer for the vehicle to drive at that 70-30 split. This button here is going to flip between your drive modes. So right up top here, you'll notice it's changing between Eco, Sport, Smart, and Comfort. So Comfort is kind of a mix of them all. It will be Eco driving with sport controls and a smart engine, whereas the Eco is going to reduce the torque of the vehicle, reduce the response of the torque, and it's kind of just going to slow the vehicle down a little bit but give you extra gas mileage. Sport is going to do the opposite. It's going to increase the torque, it's going to increase the response of the wheel and the pedals, and it's going to get you going quicker. And smart mode is the best of all of them, where it's going to read your driving patterns. If you're driving more conservative and slow, it's going to put you into Eco. If you're going a little heavy-footed and going a little faster, it's going to put you into sport mode. And then inside here is just a little extra storage for you. This around with another USB charging port and another little space for all your change or anything you may need. And primarily, that's everything I can think of right now. Like I said, any questions you do have, just reach out, let me know. I will happily answer anything that I can. And then when I drop off the vehicle on Monday, again, I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can for you. I look forward to seeing you on Monday and doing the exchange, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, Sam. Bye.